Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Krypton. So Krypton has ended and I'm really sorry that I actually haven't made any Krypton videos since about episode 3 or 4 I think. It's just my schedule was absolutely chock-a-blocked and I couldn't make any videos, but next year I will make it my duty to actually cover Krypton if you guys really want it, because I absolutely loved season 1. So episode 10, the finale, was absolutely brilliant. It was cram-packed full of stuff. I've got so many notes, so much stuff to talk about. So if you do go on to enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any Krypton videos later this year. So they also released a season 2 teaser which I would have played at the start of this video, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So the Phantom Zone, this was the concept that they introduced in this episode. So we actually physically got to see the Phantom Zone projector actually working straight out of the comics. That special effects was brilliant. Early on in the episode we get the reveal that Val-El, when he was sentenced to death, in fact never died. He went to the Phantom Zone because he discovered it prior to be sentenced to death, and so that was his way out, and he actually survived and he's come back to present day due to the fact that Zod goes to the Phantom Zone and gets him out. So that is crazy. I absolutely love the actor for Val-El. He's one of my favorites on the show for sure, and it was great seeing that he's alive. And throughout the episode we learn more and more about his work and what happened and why the Kryptonian Council feared him so much. So another brief point that we didn't get touched upon in this episode that will be touched upon in season 2, because season 2 has been renewed, which is really awesome. It will be coming in 2019, is Jaina Zod. So we didn't see her in this last episode, but we saw her, I think it was last episode or maybe the episode before, when she got shot. She was found by someone, and I'm guessing that person is in fact her brother that we saw in the House of Zod episode. So we'll have to wait and see, but that's going to be in season 2 and I'm really looking forward to that. I really do like Jaina Zod and I've really liked the Zod stuff this season, and I'm not a massive General Zod fan, but this version of General Zod is my favorite for sure, and it's starting to make me like this character a lot more than I have when I've previously encountered General Zod when on TV shows or in films like Man of Steel. I don't really like him, and also in the comics. So he's a really great addition to the TV show. And so we get Jaxa, and obviously she's a big villain in the comics. They gender flipped it, and so she's the leader of Black Zero, but in this episode she is in fact on the good side, and she has been for the last few episodes. She's been helping out, and she reveals the truth about Nyssa, and it's revealed that Nyssa is actually in fact a clone. And so moving on to the next part that I want to talk about, and that is Brainiac and the end scene with Seg-El being taken into the Phantom Zone. So Brainiac is not in fact gone. He will definitely be in next season as far as I can see, because Brainiac must take Kandor and he must return, and General Zod must not be in control in order for Superman to actually properly exist as he does. Obviously there'll be some changes to the timeline and it won't be the exact same, but essentially Brainiac must return, he must take the city, and Seg-El must survive. So essentially they fucked the timeline, they fucked everything that's going to be happening in the future, and we'll talk about Superman in a minute, but I'm going to be talking about Adam Strange now. So he is in fact probably one of my favourite characters on this show. I really do like the portrayal of Adam Strange, and a few episodes ago he actually vanished and we saw an end credit scene with him in some weird place, and it's revealed that he survived. Everyone supposed that he died because of the explosion, but where he is in this finale, I do in fact think, whilst he's actually in Brainiac's ship, he's inside one of his bottled cities. I think he's actually in modern day Metropolis, and this is due to the fact of the scenery, and it looks very similar to Earth, and I'm fairly certain it is a city on Earth, but it would make most sense if it's linked into Superman and it's Metropolis. And so the idea that Brainiac actually in fact gets Metropolis sometime in the future, he gets out the Phantom Zone, you would hazard the guess. So in fact there's a statue of General Zod there, that he's conquered Earth and he's actually protecting them, and he in fact fails to save the city, and so that means there is definite encounters with Brainiac in the future. So Brainiac must take Kandor and they must restore the timeline in order for Superman to properly exist. And so in this episode Brainiac fails. His plan briefly goes into fruition for a part of the episode, and then once he's in the Phantom Zone it all just crumbles apart and Kandor is saved. Superman's cape at the end of the episode changes from the House of El symbol, once it's been restored, and then however it changes from the House of El symbol to the House of Zod symbol. So with the changes made with Seg-El and also Brainiac in the Phantom Zone, it seems like this version of Superman, who's probably not Kal-El, who is definitely a Zod, actually in fact is not the son of Seg-El and most likely probably doesn't exist. So this version of Superman is definitely a Zod, and something crazy is going on here. I really do like how they fucked the timeline so hard that Superman literally ceases to exist and it's a Zod instead of an L. So essentially the final thing I want to talk about before I talk about the big villain stuff for season 2 is we're in a fully realized DC universe as it's been revealed. Obviously we've had the Green Lantern shoutouts, the Justice League shoutouts, tons of that. So in next season I'm really hoping for a cameo of a few of these well-known characters. I'm hoping for Green Lantern, that would be awesome, or even a glimpse at Superman, that would be pretty awesome. So just a few of these characters I would like them to integrate. But the final thing I want to talk about is near the end of the episode where General Zod takes control of Kandor and basically of the whole of Krypton, and he says, "We will seek out civilizations beyond our system and we will conquer them." And then we cut to a shot of Zod's statue in Metropolis, which I'm guessing is Metropolis, with Adam Strange looking at them, and Adam Strange is the only one able to move because they are in Brainiac's ship and somehow he's able to move. And so at the end of the episode, Doomsday escapes, and so that is part of the season 2 teaser. So next season I think the essential villains are going to be Doomsday and General Zod. We need to get General Zod out of there. He needs to be locked up and put back in the Phantom Zone because he's out of control and he's totally changing the timeline and he's fucking up Superman's future. Obviously he doesn't care about Superman, but essentially that's what they've teased for season 2. So Doomsday is going to be a big thing. I'm really looking forward to that. Again, I'm not a big fan of Doomsday, but the way that they've portrayed him is actually kind of intriguing on the TV show, and I'm really looking forward to next season. So also expect Brainiac to return for a brief period of time until they fix the timeline. So anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this Krypton finale video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any Krypton videos before season 2 airs next year. So anyway guys, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.